short qualifying followed by 50% race distance, and we've got an almost full grid. Just one Mercedes is missing. 50 Gent not available this week.
The United Kingdom has achieved more World Drivers' Championships than any other country.
Ben Lane is your championship leader, even though he's not got a permanent seat. That's very strange, I know, but he's been reserving. He's been reserving very well. He's in the Red Bull today, and we'll hope to continue. Do come in and say hello in the chat, either on my own channel or the Dynamic Racing League UK, where you can also subscribe. Let's have a look who the first one out is today. It's going to be Syme. Syme is the first one out on track, so we will, as is traditional, stay with him, as he will be the first one to start a flyer. A few more out on track now, but we will start with Syme. The schedule now for myself: Mondays and Thursdays with DRS 8 PM on commentary, and both days following at 10 PM will be my own races. Tonight a warm-up race for a brand new league, Blobby and Baker's Monday nights, along with my good friend Baker Plays. You can give him a follow over on Kick. It's our new Monday night league. Do give us a message if you'd like to join in. That's for players like us under 75 AI. And we're going to run the whole calendar, Monday nights, 10 PM. And of course Thursdays, still doing PRL, Prospects Racing League Tier 4. Where I could have had so much more fortune around here, but ended up finishing 11th on the first race. Here's Syme then, starting this flying lap. What kind of time is he going to set? Will it be the benchmark, as has been the case some weeks? The first lap being set has been quite difficult to beat. There's a bit of a wide line there. Of course, change now this Spanish track. No more slow chicane at the end. Just a quick double right-hander, as you can see. And Syme comes up to the line and sets a 1:13.2. So 1:13.2 for Syme. With Easy Life coming across the line next. And he goes quicker, a 1:13.1 for Easy Life. Next up, I think we've got an Alpine. It is indeed an Alpine. MK5, 1:11.6. Levi goes over 1:13.6, as does Sainsy. And Ninja's a 1:13.9, but so far MK5 in a league of his own with that lap. In Dynamo number 1:12.8, still over a second behind. So MK5 has nailed this first banker lap. Miller Vanilla, his teammate, 1:13.0, goes third. They're flying in now, 1:12.1 for Joker. He is second. Let's go to Aaron Newt coming across the line next. No, he isn't. He's in sector 1. So that's Syme coming back round and pitting. Let's go to Scornful Griffin then. Two-time winner this season. Won last week at Spa. And Looking very busy on track at the moment. With nearly everybody out there. Try and shout all the lap times through as they hit the board. There goes another one. UJ 111.9 goes second. Boris 112.4 goes fourth. UJ and Boris then going into the top four. Gurnful here setting quite a good lap, judging by the purple flashes. Is he going to take pole? He isn't. He's going to be third, 112.0. So it's third for Scornful Griffin. Where's Ben Lane? Ben Lane coming across now, 112.3 for him. And that puts him fifth, ahead of Boris. And Ronnie, Boris's teammate in the Williams, has done a 112.7 to go into seventh place. And we are up to date. And Mute's invalidated and going very slowly. Here comes Sloth. As Skippy did a 114.3. And Sloth a 114.1. Those two are 15th and 16th. So our Mute will have to go around again. Smug. Here's Smug. And Smug sets a 112.3, which puts him sixth, ahead of the two Williams. So all but two have set a lap. King Kong still in the pits, and our Newt, who we saw had invalidated. And Dynamum is back out on another go. Let's see if Al Newt is pitting, or if he's actually going to be starting another lap. He's still crawling around at the moment. Is he going to pit, or is he going to have another go? Still cruising, now be the time. And here he comes. So Al Newt's going to have another go then. And we'll stay with him while we're unsure who's where in terms of laps. Just having a look, see if we have missed mentioning anybody. I don't think we have. I think we're okay. Hello to Swanton in the chat, cheering for Ben to bring home some points for Red Bull. And up there goes Syme to a 112.2 to go fifth. And a bit wide there goes Al Newt. He's kept this one valid though. And there's a 113.6 which puts him 17th. So now just King Kong left to set a lap, and I think he is now on that lap. Lots of drivers choosing the outside line on that particular corner. Here comes King Kong then, and he has done a 112.8 which puts him in 12th. 12th for the Pro-Am leader. Absolutely decimating the Pro-Am division this season. He's up towards the top 5 of the main championship. King Kong, he's currently 12th. Nobody getting near MK5's lap of 1:16 at 1:11.6. I apologise. Is he going to try and improve it here? He might go close. He does. 1:11.5 now. He shaved a little bit more off. And that is going to be difficult to beat. And Dynamum is out. Dynamum has crashed. Dynamum has crashed. Believe near the entrance to the pits. But his session is over. Maybe it was the famous bump on the way into the pits that did him. But that is it for Dynamum. He is out. Scornful a couple of attempts down on his time. Boris improves to 5th with 1:12.1 ahead of Sign, and Dynamum will now drop down the order with no opportunity to improve. Six minutes remain in the session as we stay with Scornful here. See if he can improve on his 1:12.0. He is pitting this time. Oh, and again the bump. Again the bump nearly catching him out, and he's going to have to go round again. Very near to another crash here. And the bump is proving very dangerous indeed. And now off is Smug. Smug's off. And there's all kinds of chaos going on towards the pit entrance is where the problems are. And it's a struggle at the moment to find anyone who's on a quick lap. Let's see how Skippy does. The AlphaTauri. A last to first challenge. According to Ben, who currently is 8th, so not too bad at the moment. Here goes Skippy then. Apologies, I was reading the chat, so I don't know how this lap's going for him. We'll soon find out. It's a 1:13.3, which is a slight improvement, but no improvement on position. He stays 17th. Who else is out on track? Ben Lane back out. And improving on his time slightly. A couple of attempts up would take him up a couple, if not more places, if he can nail this sector 3. Little bit of a wobble possibly there. Out of the final corner. And Ben Lane does a 1:12.0 and up to third place. The Red Bull up to third. Championship leader. Bit of a shuffle up. Levi goes up the order with a 1:12.6. Ronnie a 1:12.7. Sloth a 1:12.4. Midfield very tight in terms of timings at the moment. That's in Dynamum in the chat with the last to first challenge. Currently sits 8th, but may drop down a little bit further. Victim of the infamous pit entry bump here in Barcelona. Let's try and find someone on a fast lap. That'll be our nuke to starting off. Currently 18th. And he's over a second down on his time. Everybody else is on out laps or in laps, and Ben Lane's out. Ben Lane is out. I think he's retired in the pit lane. So just feeling like he's not going to have another go. So retiring anyway. 1 minute and 20 left. The ones coming into the pits now will be finished. Here's Scornful starting his final attempt. And a flash of purple for Sector 1 for Scornful. Has MK5 done enough to secure pole position? Or will last week's winner, Scornful Griffin, be able to do something? As a slow moving Alfa Romeo up ahead of him, hopefully it will not get in his way as he comes into the final sector. This is going to be tight. Scornful Griffin 1:11.8 for Scornful Griffin. As the checkered flag comes out, he has gone second. UJ also 1:11.8 goes third. Al Newt 11th with a 1:12.5. Big improvement for him. Here comes Syme. Not going to improve his time. Sainsy goes a 1:12.6 in 13th. We've got Williams. Boris Johnson 1:11.8 goes up to 4th. There's the other Williams of Ronnie. MK5 is not going to improve his time. Ronnie slightly improves, but had invalidated, so doesn't improve. Smug comes up to the line and didn't improve. Joker 1:11.9. King Kong doesn't improve, and that is going to be everybody. So it's pole for MK5 and Alpine. Scornful Griffin second, UJ third, Boris is fourth, Joker in fifth, Ben Lane sixth, Syme seventh, and Dynamum not quite last and first, he's eighth, followed by a pair of Aston Martins running off the top 10 of Smug Git and Sloth. Then it's Al Newt in 11th for Ferrari, Levi's AlphaTauri 12th, Sainsy 13, Ronnie 14, King Kong 15th. Not a good one for him. Not a good one there for King Kong. Certainly this season anyway. He's down in 15th, Skippy 16th, Miller Vanilla 17th, Easy Life is 18th, and Ninjas will start at the back of the grid in 19th place. So as usual, we have a little break of 2 to 3 minutes after the end of qualifying. Drivers can sort their strategies, etc. As if by magic, if you're watching on the DRS channel, you will see the standings come up shortly. And at the same time, I'll have a little look at those standings so I can share them out for you. So the main championship is led by Ben Lane by just 3 points ahead of Scornful Griffin, who has won 2 races. Ben remarkably not won a race, but been very consistent, leading the championship. Scornful has won 2 races in Qatar and in Belgium. He's second, just 3 points behind. Then it's Boris Johnson, who won the season opener at Silverstone. He's on 49 points. UJ then on 43. He won at Hungary. And then rounding off the top 5 is King Kong, who's in the Pro-Am division, but is 5th in the overall championship. The Constructors Red Bull lead Aston Martin by 6 points. Then Alfa Romeo are a further 12 points back, and Williams just 2 points behind them. Mercedes just 2 points behind them. But it's a single carry for Mercedes this week, 4 in Dynamum, as we are without 50 Gent this evening. 50 Gent is a distant second in the Pro-Am from King Kong. Sainsy is in third, narrowly ahead of Sloth and Easy Life and Ninjas and Ronnie, all the chasing pack there for third place in the Pro-Am. We go to Monaco next week, which brings its own set of challenges. Refreshing to see leagues leaving Monaco in. A lot of leagues just bin it, but I find it a very enjoyable one to do, if difficult. Swanson also cheering, of course, for Sainsy, his regular teammate, as well as his replacement reserve Ben Lane. Not sure if the formation lap glitch has been fixed yet, so whether we have a formation lap or if it's on the broadcast mode, I'm not sure. I will find out when you do. Here we go.
The formation lap gets underway, and
now on broadcast mode.
To settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out.
Interestingly, MK5 is on hard tyres. Scornful, UJ and Boris on mediums. Joker on hards.
We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the
And
grid.
there are a few on softs also.
Final preparations.
There are also a few on soft tyres here. So a difference in opinion on tyres, which also always adds to the fun. It looks overcast, possibly could be some rain in Spain.
In the 1950s, the average age of the drivers was 39.
Here we go. 5 lights. And away we go. MK5 gets off the line ahead of Scornful Griffin, Boris Johnson and Joker already ahead of UJ. And into the lead goes Scornful Griffin. Scornful Griffin into turn 1 in the lead. Boris Johnson pushing almost behind, and someone, I think it was UJ, went off the track there. He's had a poor start and he's dropped to 6th. Ben Lane is up to 5th. We've got a yellow flag out, but everybody's managed to get round so far. Scornful has taken the lead and Easy Life is off at the back. So it's McLaren, good fortune at the front, bad fortune at the back for McLaren. MK5 is second for Boris Johnson, then it's Joker, then it's Ben Lane and UJ. In Dynamum, Syme, Smug and Al Newt rounds off the top 10. King Kong making up a couple of positions, he's past Skippy. Everybody managing to get through that first lap apart from Easy Life. Bit of a wobble there from Joker, and that can invite Ben Lane on this straight to make a move. Swanton fancies some rain. I concur, it does look overcast. Who knows, all adds to the fun. Scornful Griffin leads. MK5 is second. Boris Johnson third. Joker fourth. Ben Lane fifth. Then it's UJ, in Dynamum, Syme, Smudgit and Al Newt rounding off the top 10. King Kong making up positions. He is up to 12th now. He has passed Sloth. Sloth's going to fight this one back though. And get the position back. Good move from Sloth, but how long is that going to last? King Kong right on his tail. Some close battling in the midfield to start this race. Easy Life did not pit at the end of lap 1, so I can assume there was no damage there as lots of people go through on the fastest lap. Ben Lane is going to be the one to hold it. Ronnie is in the pits. And Ben Lane is all over the back of Joker. Meanwhile, Syme and Smug, they always seem to be together on track. And they're at it again, side by side, Syme and Smug. UJ and Ben Lane going for it in front. Smug retakes the position from Syme. UJ and Ben Lane side by side again. And Ben Lane's going to get it done, is he? Yes, he is. Ben Lane retaining 5th place. Syme now with Al Newt. And off at the back is Ninjas. Ninjas is off. In the Haas. As we watch Levi make a move there on Al Newt. And Al Newt forced very wide. And Syme went completely off as well. Both Ferraris there were in the gravel. And Syme's out. Syme is out of the race. You can just see Syme's car in the background there. He is out of the race. Both Ferraris there going off. Reminiscent of Schumacher and Barrichello in the rain. But Syme is out of the race. And look at the battling here. Almost 4 wide. Skippy, Levi, Sloth and Al Newt. And King Kong also. And now Sainsy getting involved and making a place. And then Dynamum has dropped a couple of places there to Smug and Levi. Sainsy getting involved there and getting past King Kong. And Al Newt, Sainsy and King Kong going again here. As in Dynamum goes past Levi. And Dynamum passes Levi. King Kong is going to try and get Sainsy. And does so. MK5 has closed up now to Scornful Griffin in front. He's also got Boris Johnson right with him. They're going to come up to lap ninjas shortly. We're on lap 5 here. And the front 5, 6 are inseparable. Levi and Dynamum are duking it out for 8th place. We'll stay with the leaders for now as Ben Lane all over the back of Joker. It's a big DRS train at the moment. Can anybody get a pass? Levi and Dynamum battling again. And then Dynamum off! Off in Dynamum! And into the gravel. He was battling away for 8th place, and now that forecast of having to do a last to first is almost a reality. Excuse my bad cough. As Sloth and King Kong are side by side. King Kong losing out to Sloth, may lose out to Sainsy as well here. And touch, and around goes King Kong. Miller Vanilla overtook both of them there. That was definitely a bit of contact. The front 2 have dropped Boris slightly. Skippy and Levi battling, the 2 AlphaTauri teammates. In Dynamum into the pits after his accident. MK5 now might be getting towards making a move here, as he's very, very close in behind the leader, Scornful Griffin. And look at the 4 behind. UJ up the inside of Ben Lane for 5th place. And Ben's going to try and hang that back round, but he's not getting anywhere with that. Surely with DRS now, MK5 is going to get a move here on Scornful Griffin for the lead. Here he goes. And he does. He does take the lead, and Joker overtakes Boris for 3rd as well. And Miller Vanilla overtaking Sloth Levi overtaking Skippy. It's all go down this main straight. That's where the DRS is so powerful here, similar to Hungary. And as you can see, not many gaps forming within the top 6. Lap 8 of 33. Skippy and Levi are having a right ding-dong battle. And up the inside went Al Newt, and off go Al Newt and Levi. Al Newt and Levi both off. Looked like a very ambitious move from Al Newt. And the two of them are off, and Levi is going to need to pit, I think. Ben Lane trying to close in to the back of UJ, the big DRS train. UJ trying to get Boris at the same time. Levi is indeed pitting, as is Al Newt after their accident. UJ just lost out there, and Ben Lane said thank you very much. And back into 5th place goes Ben Lane. So in Dynamum then is back ahead of those two, Levi and Al Newt, who are pitting. We've got a yellow in sector 3, and that is an Aston Martin off, I believe. It's Sloth has got a penalty and suddenly has Sainsy right on his tail. I think he maybe had a bit of an accident there. Scornful Griffin then has been dropped by MK5, who's out in front and away by a second and a half. Joker, Boris, Ben, UJ all chasing. Then there's a gap to Smug, Skippy, Miller Vanilla and Sainsy now rounding off the top 10. Sloth has a 3-second penalty and has dropped out of that top 10. So Scornful maybe looking at defending more than attacking at the moment. Boris trying to thread it up the inside of Joker there. And these all remain very close together. And Smug picks from 7th. Maybe a little bit early. But into the pits comes Smug. Joker coming very close now to Scornful. In fact, he's going to go. Is he round the outside? Boris is looking at this with interest. Any move offline and you could invite somebody else to overtake you. Hugely close together, these 5. Levi sets the fastest lap of the race. He's back out on soft tyres. Up the inside. Up the inside goes Joker, and round goes Joker. Joker just couldn't make the move happen, and he's dropped back. Scornful is round as well now. Scornful's off. UJ and Ben Lane. Scornful's gone into the pits. All this has just left MK5 to make a 5-second gap out in front almost. UJ is taking Boris Johnson for second. And Ben Lane's still right in there with interest as well. Joker's dropped back to 5th. Scornful has come out of the pits in 13th behind Smug. They will now have a job on to keep their tyres to the end. Levi has overtaken in Dynamum. He's on soft tyres, set the fastest lap. But we'll need to pit again, so we'll be hoping for a safety car perhaps. Ben Lane getting close to Boris. Could he be making the move here? Not quite on this occasion. King Kong's out! Out of the race is King Kong. We got a safety car. And I believe that's the bump once again. The pit entry bump claims another victim. King Kong out of the race. Ronnie picks up a pit lane speeding penalty. Levi will dive into the pit, so he's just saying he was hoping for a safety car. The one who won't be happy with this is MK5, who had built up a nice lead and has now got to pick up the safety car. Is he going to pit? He's on hard tyres, so it's not the best timing for him in terms of pit strategy either. What's he going to do? He is going to pit. I assume medium runners will pit. UJ does. Boris has hit the wall. Boris has hit the wall and he's picked up a penalty in doing so. Ben Lane pits, Joker pits. Skippy is going to pit. Miller Vanilla is going to pit. Sainsy is going to pit. Sloth is going to pit. Easy Life is also going to pit. Smug does not pit, and he will pick up a few places here. Up goes Smug to 7, 6. 6th place for Smug. Scornful is going to come out in 8th. Ronnie's pitting again, even though he just pit a second ago. That's a strange one. Make sure he hit the limiter that time. So everybody pretty much pitting under this safety car. Running's Vengeance, hello in the chat. The bump separating the men from the boys. It's certainly an interesting feature. So after all that, we have MK5, who's now got to do 20 laps on the mediums. That could be a problem for him later. Leading UJ in the Haas, who could be well placed on the hard tyre. Ben Lane also on the hard tyre. Joker has made that time back up now that he lost with his spin, and also has overtaken Boris, who picked up a 3-second penalty. Smug, despite not pitting, has climbed to 6th. Skippy is 7th. Scornful is 8th. His spin costing him a bit more than Joker's did him. 9th is Miller Vanilla, who we've not mentioned very much. Doing a fine job in the Alpine. Sainsy is in 10th, ahead of Sloth, who has a penalty. Easy Life Then still to catch the field is Al Newt, Levi in Dynamum, Ronnie who pitted twice and in fact is pitting again. I think he just wanted to get rid of his penalty. And right at the back is Ninjas who didn't pit. It's a very strange strategy for Ninjas to not pit, seeing as he's at the back anyway. Ronnie's managed to pit 3 laps in a row, and he'll now have the chance to catch the field. This may prolong the safety car period for one more lap. It was of course caused by King Kong and the infamous bump, the pit lane entry wall, which almost caught Boris Johnson out as well. It claimed a couple of victims in qualifying, and the other one to DNF was Syme. So lap 15 of 33, coming towards half distance. Safety car is going to stay out for another lap, which gives me a quick opportunity to go and get a bottle of water that I forgot to get before the race. Here we go, apologies about that. So everybody now with the field is now regen. I noticed Ninjas did pit in the end. And I'm hoping the safety car will be in this lap once it crosses this line into sector 3. It is indeed. No rain looking likely at the moment. Of course, I don't get the weather reports like the drivers can. MK5 will back the field up here. He'll hope to create a big enough gap while his medium tyres are fresh, because they might be screaming by the end. Here he goes then, and he's gone very late indeed. Boris has taken a wide line to try and get an advantage. Levi and Dynamum is off at the back. Off goes in Dynamum. MK5 and UJ side by side. It won't get off the in camera, so I can't see who's where. And UJ takes the lead from MK5. Then it's Joker and Ben Lane and Boris. Side by side, MK5 and Joker. Great start for UJ there on the restart. Now in Dynamum is going to have to do his last to first challenge completely, because he is at the back. I don't know what happened to him, but he's well back from the field now. Joker closing in on MK5. UJ's already managed a second gap. Fastest lap of the race for UJ. Well, where his extra pace came from. Ronnie's in the pits once again, and Joker and MK5 are side by side. And MK5 defends well. Ben Lane trying to get involved as well and cuts up the inside here of Joker. Ben Lane, great move up into third place. And Dynamum is out of the race. He has pit and quit. Shouldn't cause any problems. And Dynamum is out as Joker goes up the inside of Ben Lane. And Boris is trying to follow him through. And Joker retakes third place there. But for how long? UJ sets the fastest lap of the race once again. Joker and Ben Lane, and you can see Smug getting interested behind Boris as well. Levi making some moves back up the field. He's in 13th now. We're going to stick with this battle at the moment between Ben Lane and Joker. Our Newt picks a time penalty there. Ben Lane will look to have another go at Joker now that Joker has no DRS. And this should be plain sailing. And Ben Lane makes the move back up to third place. Easy Life going past Sloth. Good move for him up to 11th. MK5 has closed right back up to UJ. As you can see, very close together, those two again. And with a bit of DRS assistance down the main straight, UJ might be in trouble here. Levi overtaking Sloth for 12th place. Scornful Griffin making his way back through the field. He is up to 7th ahead of Skippy. And now he'll look to chase down the leading pack. Joker has now dropped behind. Ben Lane, has dropped behind by 2 seconds from the leaders. He's fighting off Joker and Boris. The Smug not too far back, and Scornful Griffin homing in. We will try to keep with both of these close battles, as you can see, first and second, and the battle for third, very close at the moment. We will be back in Spain again for DRS Extreme Thursday from 8 PM UK time. Don't forget, 10 PM tonight. It's Blobby and Baker's League warm-up race in Miami. Brand new league for the under 75 AI category. So if you fit into that category, give me a message and we'll get you involved. League starts next week. It'll be Mondays at 10 PM. Warm-up race tonight in Miami. And of course Thursday, when we're finished with DRS Extreme, 10 PM, I'll be racing once again. I think it's Zandvoort this week. In Prospects Tier 4. Midfield battle going well now. Sainsy just ahead of Miller Vanilla, Levi and Easy Life. And Sloth clinging on as well. No change in the order further forward. So we will go to them as they come down the straight. And off goes Levi. Levi off at the back. And Joker making the move on Ben Lane once again. Those two are continually swapping positions. Scornful overtakes Smug 4-6. And Sloth overtakes Easy Life 4-11. Let's all go down the main straight. UJ leads from MK5. Joker is back up to third. Ben Lane and Boris Johnson are next. Scornful has got a bit of a gap to make up. He's 6th, but he's overtaken Smug, who is now 7th. Skippy is 8th from Sainsy in 9th, and Miller Vanilla rounds off the top 10. Amidst this midfield battle with Sloth and Easy Life. And Ben Lane's doing it again. He's passed Joker for third once again. And in Dynamum's left, he was out anyway. Al Newt is out, he's off. And we're going 3 wide here. Boris overtaking Ben Lane. Miller Vanilla and Sainsy battling away further back. Ben Lane, Boris and Joker scrapping. And Ben's going to go up the inside. Not quite this time. Brilliant scrap between these three. It has been all race. And Scornful at the back, in the background there, losing out. Losing out to Smug for 6th. I think he had a wobble. Don't know if there was contact or not. Ben Lane back past Boris. So Scornful had a bit of a wobble there and was overtaken by Smug, and now has Skippy for company. So his charge back towards the leaders somewhat halted there. Is MK5 going to be close enough this time? He is. Up into the lead goes MK5. MK5 retaking the lead. We're on lap 25 of 33. It's flown by. The safety car neutralised any pit strategy really, as everybody pitted. But now, are the mediums going to hold out for the rest of the race for MK5 and Joker? Or is it the hard tyre, the one to be on? MK5 already getting towards the second gap. Ben Lane still all over the back of Joker. Boris may be dropping off them, but needs to do a bit of work to get a 3-second gap ahead of Smug in 6th to negate that penalty. And it's Scornful and Skippy, Miller Vanilla with Sainsy for company. And those two have now slightly dropped Sloth and Easy Life behind them. And here comes Sainsy looking for a move down the outside of Miller Vanilla. And gets it done. Up into 9th place. Easy Life and Sloth scrapping away behind. We've just had an incident report there from Indynamum at the restart. Everyone accelerated through the last turn and suddenly slammed the brakes on. So he had to swerve to avoid Levi, lost the car and unfortunately was hit by Ronnie. That's what happened to Indynamum on that restart. And that will explain the repeated pit stops for Ronnie. And wide there goes Ben Lane trying to get a move on Joker. Almost went off the track. Still scrapping away. They've now dropped Boris by 1.5 seconds. Smug will be pushing to try and keep within 3 seconds of Boris. As will Scornful as well. This Ben Lane and Joker battle really has been the main story of this race. They have been at it throughout, with other drivers getting involved as well. MK5 has the lead, but still only a second behind. Joker's picked up a penalty. I think I missed that. And that could be decisive in this battle. Could be decisive. Ben Lane is back up to 3rd on track, but is going to struggle Joker to overtake and get a 3-second gap. Joker pushed himself a little bit wide there, and now he's going to have Boris for company. Maybe the medium tyres are just starting to give up for Joker. And Boris is going to go up the inside here. Boris forces him wide up the inside, and into 4th place goes Boris. Smug has closed the gap and will be feeling like he can get a couple of places here. With those penalties, Al Newt overtaking Ninjas towards the back of the field. Joker now, can he do anything to challenge Boris back for 4th place here? Can Smug, Scornful and Skippy get within 3 seconds of these two and leapfrog them? Ronnie's in the pits again. I think he might be calling it a day, or putting softs on for a fastest lap attempt. He is indeed putting soft tyres on. And he's going to come out a lap down as UJ, and in fact he's going to come out into the path of UJ and MK5 here. Ninjas picks up a time penalty. UJ might well use the distraction of Ronnie here, who has got out of the way. Scornful has closed up to Smug, who now has some defending to do, which might aid Boris and Joker's attempts to get 3 seconds away from these two. They've dropped Skippy by a couple of seconds. And somebody in Sector 3 is in problems as we look. There's a yellow flag out for somebody. And it's Joker. Joker's pitting. The tyres have given up on Joker. And Scornful overtakes Smug. Joker is going to come back out way down the field in 12th, 13th place. UJ is getting close to MK5. Ronnie's unlapped himself. The pace of the leaders is not there on these old tyres. But can MK5 hold out? Just 2 more laps at the end of this one, which is good because it'll give my voice a rest. Apologies for the cough. Ronnie sets the fastest lap of the race. UJ's going up the inside of MK5 and into the lead. UJ retakes the lead. Just 2 laps to go. Smug and Scornful side by side. And Smug gets 5th place back. He has now dropped 4.4 seconds behind Boris. Easy Life up to 10th ahead of Sloth. Ninjas is in the pits, and maybe that's him calling it a day, or maybe that's him going for soft tyres. It is indeed. The jaunt at soft tyres for Ninjas at the end here. Sloth and Easy Life still scrapping away. Something went flying there. I think that may have been Ronnie, who knocked out one of the braking boards. MK5 making the move on the last lap, back into the lead ahead of UJ. He found something from those medium tyres. Boris is going to go up the inside of Ben Lane. Scornful has retaken 5th from Smug. Joker sets the fastest lap of the race. Easy Life and Sloth swap places again. MK5, what a drive it's been. Can he hold out? I certainly thought UJ had it when he made the overtake, but back he came. Joker has overtaken Levi and up into 12th. I think he's left it too late to get in the top 10, especially with that penalty. MK5 is going to come round the last corner. And MK5 is going to win in Barcelona. UJ is second from Ben Lane coming over in third. Boris will come home fourth from Scornful Griffin in fifth. Levi is off right at the end. Smug finishes sixth from Skippy. A great drive from Sainsy to finish 8th from Minna Vanilla in 9th. Sloth comes home in 10th ahead of Joker, but they're going to be leapfrogged, I think. Maybe they're not. Easy Life had a bit of a problem there at the end with Levi. 11th for Joker, 12th for Easy Life, 13th for Levi, 14th for Al Newt. It'll be 15th for Ninjas. And Ronnie will come home in last, just ahead of the front two, so he will complete rather than being a lap down. Indina Mum says Ronnie wasn't at fault for their accident, just one of those safety car restart things. And Ronnie decides to smash his car over the line. So there we have it. Skippy given driver of the day by the game. But MK5, your winner from UJ. And Mr. Consistent, once again, Ben Lane taking third. There it is then. 4th was Boris Johnson, 5th Scornful Griffin, 6th Smug Git, 7th Skippy, 8th Sainsy, 9th Minna Vanilla and 10th Sloth. Joker took the fastest lap. He finished 11th. Easy Life in 12th. Levi 13th. Alnu 14th. Ninjas 15th. Ronnie 16th. Your DNFs were in Dynamum, King Kong and Sime. That is it from me. I will leave that up on the screen for you. And I'll be back at 10 o'clock with my own race. This has been Blobby Butler for DRS. Good night.